Hey, it's Mike here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a video called How Andrew Tate Got Rich. Now, this is something that if you've been following the news, you've probably heard that he's gone to jail, he's been arrested, he's in all kinds of trouble right now. He's a really controversial figure. Let me know in the comments below if you like this guy, if you don't like him. I'm really curious about what my audience thinks about him. But yeah, we're going to take a look at how he actually got rich, how he made his money. If you guys, I'm going to go ahead and like his video. If you guys can like my video as well, it really helps out with my YouTube channel, and I appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Let's jump into it.
I first made my millions of dollars. The first time I ever became a millionaire was with Webcam Studio.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is how I first ever made money. I mean, I was a kickboxing world champion, but kickboxing's not boxing, right?
Yeah.
So
look at him with his glasses on. He's got his tattoos, his shirt open. It's a very interesting portrayal of masculinity here. He's really going after the people it's almost like get rich quick to the extreme.
I'd make like $100,000 a fight. You fight 2 or 3 times a year. You pay 20% to your manager. You pay taxes, but you're not rich.
So you get like 30 to 40% of the money.
Yeah. And I didn't consider myself rich, like 30, 40 grand chunks, twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, living in London rents, need a car. Mm-hmm. You're trying, you're not rich in any way. And that's actually the reason I retired, because I woke up one day and I thought, I'm giving 6 hours a day of absolute focus and energy to this. And I believe I'm smart enough that if I put that much tenacity into something else, I can be a multimillionaire.
I like that, though. He saw that he's willing to put the work in. He's willing to do something, and he can take that energy and put it into something else. A lot of people, they put so much energy into their 9 to 5, and if they just put it into somewhere else, like their own business, they really could leave it. And of course, it's hard in the beginning, but it's definitely possible.
I truly believed that. I was like, I've realized now I've reached the pinnacle of kickboxing. My choice is either to change over to MMA, which I was offered to do earlier in my career, but at the time, the kickboxing contract paid more money. I had to pay the bills, so I went kickboxing. Change over to MMA, learn to wrestle, change over to UFC, blah, blah, blah. But this is also like 7, 8 years ago where even the UFC didn't pay the money it pays now.
Mm-hmm. But the UFC still doesn't pay that much money from what I understand.
No, if you're like top 5 or champion, yeah. But most of the dudes you're going to see there in the prelims, they're getting 10 grand a fight, 9 grand a fight. It's nothing, right? Mm-hmm. So it'd be like starting my career all over again. And at the age of 28, I thought, I don't have the gumption to start again. I've been through hell for this.
It's really hard to start again, especially I remember when I was starting my business in my late 20s, early 30s, and I had lots of energy to do it. But now that I'm in my early 40s, I just don't have the energy in me anymore. Maybe you guys understand that if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s or over, it takes that energy when you're young. You got to use it while you got it.
Broken my hand 8 times. My ribs have been broken. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do this all over again. So
what do you do when you realize that, hey, maybe I don't want to keep fighting?
I decide to get rich.
What does that mean to you?
How do you decide to get rich?
And you said when you're sitting there, you're getting $30,000, $40,000 kind of net on a per fight basis. Is rich to you like, hey, I want a couple $100,000, $1 million, $20 million, $1 billion?
I want 30 or 40,000 every month.
30 or 40,000 every month. So
that's actually doable. $30,000-$40,000 every month is it's very good money, and I know a lot of people that make that kind of money. But I don't think it's like rich. I think rich, it's like millions of dollars every month.
$500,000 a year, give or take.
Okay. If I had that much money, I could do whatever I wanted.
That's true.
Okay.
That's what I decided I wanted to do.
So what's step 1 that you do?
So step 1 is, maybe that's how we ended up here together, my friend. Step 1 is, I decided to be very logical about it. Chess player, right? So I was like, I want money. What is money? How do banks work? How does credit work? What's fractional reserve banking? All these things we now know to be the biggest cons of the century, right? So I'm sitting there researching money for days and days and days. And then I get more mad because I'm like, whoa, money's trash and I don't have any. Now I'm really annoyed, right?
What do you mean money's trash? He's a very interesting person. It doesn't matter what you think about him. He's very different from what we normally see.
I thought like everyone else did that, everyone puts their money in the bank and the bank takes some of other people's money and lends it out. I didn't know they invented it from the sky. I still at that point thought money was linked to gold. I didn't know nothing. So I'm learning all this stuff and I'm getting really angry. I'm like, now this is really annoying me. So anyway, I had a piece of paper there and I'm in my research phase and it start writing down some dude on YouTube. I don't know who he was, some dork. He was a pro gold guy. This is before, maybe Bitcoin was probably around then, but like early. He was a pro gold guy saying buy gold, buy gold, buy gold. And he was saying the difference between an asset, a liability, et cetera, et cetera. So I started trying to write down what I had. I was like, I have an apartment, I have a BMW, I'm in good shape, But
It's really important though to write down these different things like your assets and your liabilities. I use an app called Mint. It's free to use. You can put it on your desktop and on your laptop, your phone, and I just track like what I have, like my real estate, my cash, my investments, and of course any kind of debt that I have, which is usually just credit card debt.
I already use that for fighting. What can I do? I can play chess. I'm just writing down the things I have and what I'm good at. And then I kind of realized, I was like, I've got like 8 girlfriends. because I was traveling the world, and if you win, you get a ring girl. It's kind of like she's banging the winner, right? You win a world title, you get to choose the ring girl you want. It's pretty easy, right? So I had a girlfriend in Slovakia, I had a girlfriend in France, I had a girlfriend in England, all these girlfriends.
It's portraying that alpha male thing where he's got like all these girls, all this money. It's very, very interesting.
Do they know about each other?
No.
Okay.
But they find out pretty soon. So I had all these girlfriends, so I'm like, maybe I could open a strip club and like be a pimp, and, be a gangster about it. And then that opening a strip club
That's literally the first thing you thought about was open a strip club?
Well, I thought I have these beautiful girls. How can this is before like Twitch existed. So I was like, what can I do with these hot girls? I was like, it's just an asset, right? There's these girls and a lot of them were messaging me.
The girlfriends are an asset. That's really interesting that he said that. It's just an asset. Very interesting.
Thought I was this millionaire world champion. They all wanted to come London, live with me, and thought I was a big boy millionaire and all this stuff. So it's like they do
because of social media.
Well, partially because of that, and also because they met me. I turn up, I fight, I win the world title, I leave. We're texting each other. They assume I'm this big boy, right? So I'm kind of like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I thought, man, I investigated strip clubs, way too much money. But this asset class of beautiful women was kind of on my mind for a few days. And then by absolute coincidence, I stumbled upon somewhere on the internet. I was on one of those websites where you used to download like free games and bullshit from. And in the corner somewhere it said, hot girls want to talk to you now or something. I said, hot girls. So I clicked on that.
What did he get into, like web girl sites or something?
Not because I was interested, but because I thought I have hot girls. And it was one of those webcam websites. And I was like, so these girls sit here and talk to dudes for money. So I'm going to get my girls to sit here.
So he's going to start making money doing that.
Naked, they're just talking. How does it work?
It's 50-50. I mean, it depends on the girl, depends what she wants to do. But the majority of the job is not based around being naked. The majority of the job is based around being entertaining and being easy to talk to. And the guys who are talking to you need to find you, that you need to remember their name, remember their dog's name. You have to be smart. You can't just be a girl and be a bimbo and be naked and make money. You have to be really smart, charming, interesting, happy all the time, positive.
I think he's in really big trouble for all this now. I think that's part of how he got arrested. You guys can research. I don't know. You can go research him, but I think that's one of the big things.
Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'm going to try this. So I messaged all 5 of my girlfriends, told them I had a job for them, explained to them what I was going to do. I was going to launch this company. 4 of them agreed. All 4 flew in, sat around the same table. They were all like, who's she, who's she, who's she? I'm like, well, you're all my girlfriends. 2 more left. And then 2 stayed. And that was the beginning of my little attempt at a webcam empire. And I put the girls there and
he got his girlfriends to be webcam girls.
My role,
this is over the top.
In it all was I did all the tech side of stuff, which was the first thing, of course. And then also, and I get called a pimp a lot, but
yeah, because it sounds like you are.
And the reason I use the term is because I don't see it as a negative term. I see it as positively inspirational and motivating person. I'd motivate the girls. I'd make sure they did their job properly. If they had a bad day online, I'd come up with a good excuse for them. Oh, it's been a football game. It's been really busy. Don't worry. You're so beautiful. Don't be upset. You did better than her. You did the best today. I keep everything organized, put the schedules together, all that.
It's really interesting how he's so open about how he ran this business. He's very open.
Kind of stuff. And
is it hard?
It's hard because women have to want to work for you. Okay. Women have to want to obey you.
Doesn't anyone want to work for you?
That's what's hard. And you don't do that. This is one of the biggest misconceptions. I really want to clear this up. People in the movies and stuff, pimps are like aggressive, mean men. Complete opposite. Pimps are more like James Bond. James Bond's a pimp. He sleeps with a girl to get information. He doesn't care about her. He is absolutely and utterly a pimp. He doesn't hit her. He makes her love him. She does what he wants. He uses sex as a weapon to reward her, and then he disappears. That James Bond is absolutely and utterly a pimp. So
I don't know if this guy is really smart or if he's just delusional.
I say pimp because everyone calls me a pimp online, tries to go, haha, you're a pimp, like I'm gonna get offended. It's like, no, beautiful women wanted to work for me, and they wanted to work for me because I displayed supreme competence. And they knew if they worked for me, they'd make a lot of money. So whenever I was out, I'd meet a waitress and say, well, you're working 10 hours a day for pennies. You can work 10 hours a day for me, make 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month. And over time, I just build up this big little empire of webcam girls. At one point, I had 4 locations, 75 girls working for me.
And we say locations like explain what goes into a location.
I don't understand why these people couldn't do this themselves. Like, why couldn't they just set up an OnlyFans account and do this themselves? Why does he have to be involved?
I just rent houses.
All right, so you rent a house, and in the house, you just literally, hey, go live here. There's like technology set up, and then you can basically just sit in front of the computer and literally be on the other end of one of these webcams, and guys are paying by the minute, by the hour, whatever, to talk to you. It's their choice whether they are doing it fully clothed, just talking, getting naked, whatever, and then you're taking some cut of it.
Yeah, basically. So I had girls who would live in the house, and
that was pretty impressive. I just broke down the webcam business.
Bang, you done it, man. You nailed it.
No background information.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it. So the girls who lived in the house would have set amount of hours they want to do, and then we'd have rooms that they could book in and do X amount of hours. A girl could come and do one a week or whatever. We'd have rooms they could share. And then, very much exactly like you said. They'd go online, they'd do their hours, they'd have their regular customers, they'd get their money. And then I'd take around half of the money, around 50%.
You take 50%.
Wow, that's a big cut that he's taking of that. 50%. They're doing all the work and he's taking 50% of it. Now, I guess if you think about it, affiliate marketing is kind of like that as well. Like when I promote affiliate products, I usually get a 50% cut. So they're doing the work and creating the product. I'm just sending the customers. But I don't know. It's still a little bit weird.
Around 50%.
Okay. Is that high or low compared to the rest of the industry?
I'll tell you why it's very low. It's low because every time a girl would quit and try and do it by herself, she'd make a fraction of the money overall because she hasn't got the instruction. She hasn't got the motivation. She's just lazy with it, right? And women have a very different mentality to money than men.
It's very interesting how he's generalizing men and women. Like, I don't know. I mean, there are stereotypes out there, but what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments.
If you show a woman how to make $1,000 in an hour, she'll think, I only have to work an hour a week. Whereas if you show a man how to make $1,000 in an hour, he thinks, I can make $18,000 a day. That's the difference between us. So if I had a girl working for me making 20,000, she got 10.
It's interesting how he thinks that all men and women are the same.
I got 10. If she quit, she'd make 3 for her.
I know a lot of guys that would do the same thing. They'd say, I can make $1,000 in an hour, and they would just work 1 hour, or maybe even not even work. They know how to do it, not even work.
Herself, if that.
So what do you guys think about this? This is interesting. First time I've done anything with Andrew Tate on the channel. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of content in the comments below. Also, please like this video. It really helps out with my YouTube channel, and I appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button and bell notification. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in my next review video. Thanks.